Good evening, Bahrain. I'm Bernadette from Gulf Brands International, and we're now on episode 5 on Wine Online Wednesday. And tonight we're doing a theme called Italian Essentials, something everyone can rely on. I've got a lovely range of very versatile wines from Italy, style centre of the world. The brand is called Emotivo. It's interesting because I've got 4 wines to show you, and they come from 3 different regions, but they've got a very similar style all around. So I think we should start with the bubbly. So we're going to have some Prosecco. As you can see, really stylish. I love all the silver going on here. Sparkling wine, you always need a nice tapered glass like this. Those old-fashioned flat glasses which were used for champagne in the past are just so passé. So this is Prosecco. Prosecco is made from the Glera grape, 100% Glera. You can only have Prosecco from the Prosecco region. Now that sounds a bit like stating the obvious, but you might be unlucky enough to find Prosecco from Australia, and sometimes this happens with other regions as well, like horrors, Chablis and Chianti from California. But no, this is real Prosecco from the Prosecco region in the north of Italy. It's a very hilly area with a number of small communes, they're called small towns, all around the different hills. And such is its importance in the north of Italy that a couple of years ago it was considered a UNESCO heritage site, so it's very well recognized. You cannot have Prosecco if it doesn't come from within that region, and you cannot have Prosecco if it isn't made from the Glera grape. This means that there's a very high quality control standard going on. So let's see how it is. A lovely, clear hint of straw yellow. The bubbles on top are called the mousse, and you can see all these lovely bubbles rising from the bottom of the glass, and that's why this shape of the glass is really suited for this kind of wine. So what does it smell like? Little citrus notes and apples, yellow apples, and I think I can smell a plain biscuit. Oh, that sounds a little strange, doesn't it? How does it taste? I'm swirling a little bit just to get the notes, but don't swirl too much because you want to keep all these lovely bubbles. Perfect. It's the perfect 7:05 p.m. wine. It's crisp, it's refreshing, citrus notes, but not too sharp. It's actually quite elegant. This wine is classified as extra dry. Don't let that mislead you. It actually is more on the sweeter style than you think. But the sweetness that you taste comes from the fruitiness of the wine. Prosecco can be in various dry and sweet levels. Extra dry is the most popular because it really is the middle of the road for a lot of people. So it's the most enjoyable. I'm just going to have another sip. Oh yeah, I think that works very well. So, from the Prosecco area, we're now going to the Veneto. This is the Pinot Grigio. This wine, Pinot Grigio, is now the most widely planted white grape in Italy, and it's the most popular imported white grape in the USA. The grape originated in Burgundy, the beginning of time. Eventually by the time, and it was called Pinot Gris back then because it's the French for it. By the time it got down to northern Italy, the name had changed to Pinot Grigio. Grigio means grey. Now, as you can see, I'll take our glass, there's nothing grey about this wine. The Grigio name comes from the grapes itself. Technically, you'd call it a black grape, but the skin color is very particular. It's a smoky, bluey, grey, purpley. So that's why it was called Pinot Gris, French for grey, Pinot Grigio, Italian for grey. It's actually a cousin of another Pinot called Pinot Noir. But that, as I say, is another story. So, how's our Pinot Grigio from Veneto tonight? Let's see. It's a deeper straw yellow than the Prosecco, but very clear, very glinty. Looks great on the nose. Got some little light flowers. A bit white flower, honeysuckle maybe, and a peach, but a light peach, not a ripe peach, a fresh white peach nose. So let's see on the palate. Very well balanced. On the nose as well, I was picking up some citrus. There's more citrus on the nose than there is in the palate. The palate now is quite appley. It's fresh, it's crisp, but it's quite elegant as well. It doesn't attack you with acidity and with fresh zinginess. The flavour lingers a little, yeah. The freshness of this flavour, when the winemaking process is going on, the stems and the stalks and everything from the grapes are removed. So it's only the berries which are pressed. So that way they keep very, very fresh. All the fruitiness of the wine goes through into the winemaking procedure. And this is vinified in stainless steel. So you get lots of freshness in here. I can see why this is the most popular grape in Italy and why it's so popular in the States. It's got a neutral, but hints of fruit, hints of flowers, and a little biscuity as well. It's a very enjoyable, pleasant wine. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at another wine. If you look at the label on the bottle, you might say, well, this is a bit crazy. It's Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio, Pinot Grigio. Nope, it's not a deception. This is our same friend, the Pinot Grigio grape. Remember, with the bluey, purpley grey skin, yet here the wine is pink. How did that happen? When the wine is being made, the grapes are ever so gently pressed, ever so gently, just to pick up a hint of colour from the skin. And I'll let you into a secret as far as this wine is concerned. It's actually 95% Pinot Grigio, and then they've managed to sneak in about 5% of Merlot. Merlot is a very dark-skinned grape. It's got lots of colour in the skin, so just a 5% mix is enough to give the wine colour, and also it just gives it a little bit of a fruity flavour as well. That's the theory. Let's see how it goes down. So the colour, oh, look at that. It's around the edges, it's transparent. You can just see in the center, there's that beautiful, very, very delicate pink. And I actually quite like that on the bottle, the back label is transparent. They don't want a shadow to cast on this bottle. It looks so appealing, appetizing. So let's see, we'll have a little nose. Ooh. Flowers, strawberries, red fruit. It smells fruitier than the white Pinot Grigio. Definitely more like little raspberries. Yeah. So how does it taste? Fruits, but it's not sweet, sugary sweet. It's refreshing summer fruits just being picked, and it's got a nice long finish. You can keep tasting it. This is a Moorish wine. Yes, I'll have some more, please. I think this can be very popular for a little light lunch, little sundowner. Very balanced acidity, just goes nicely. This is a versatile wine. You can actually, because it's got a certain body of flavour and sweetness, you could pour it over a tall glass over ice just to have a very refreshing little angle to it. You could even add soda or sparkling water if you liked, but I'd try it over ice first and see if you like it, and then take it from there. Okay, so both the Pinot Grigio and the Pinot Grigio Blush were from Veneto. Now we're going a little further afield, and we're going to go to a wine which is a bit of a mouthful, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. Abruzzo is the area that it's from, and Montepulciano is the grape. If you want to have the best experience of this grape, you look for, on the label, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, from the Abruzzo region. Abruzzo is about 2 hours from Rome. When you leave Rome, just head for the other coast of Italy, over the Apennines and down into heading towards the Adriatic Sea. So it's got a lovely temperate Mediterranean climate, and this is where you'll find Montepulciano. It's quite a strong grape, and if we have a look at it, much deeper colour. Now we've had wines before which are, there's more of a glint in it. Here it's much more dense, the colour, so that can give you a hint of flavours to come. Okay, shall we go on to the nose? Okay, red fruits, but plums. Nothing like the red fruits you pick up here. Plums and some cherry, and a little bit of like a sweet spice, like a nutmeg or something. Yeah, okay, so let's see how the taste is. Mouth-filling, cherry, but not sweet cherry, tart cherry, very pleasant, very rewarding, but with a nice body, because this is 12% alcohol, so it carries quite well, but none of the tannin that you would expect to find in a wine of this body. Reason for that is this has been vinified in steel, so we've got no wood finishing here. So what you're getting is the real fruit. In the Abruzzo region, 80% of the grapes there are red grapes, the Montepulciano. So it's their real forte, and they know what they're doing there. They're doing it well. So another sign of versatility that you can have with these wines, this wine you could serve lightly chilled. So don't keep it in the fridge, because the more you chill a red wine down, you will get some bitter flavours coming through. The best thing to do is, if you want it lightly chilled on a hot evening, just pop it in the fridge for 15 minutes or into an ice bucket for a few minutes as well. It'll just bring the temperature down a bit, and you'll just have a refreshing cherry and plum experience. So the Emotivo brand, it's new. It's a newbie. We've just got it in. I really enjoy it. It's got such classy Italian styling, and the winery is very well established. They've been doing a lot of good work, and I love the fact they've got this little icon here on the label. It's an old Roman design that they found in the cellar when they were excavating some extra area in the winery, and they decided to capture it and make it their logo. So I think that's very stylish to have at home or take over to your friends. So we call these Italian essentials because they're very flexible. They go with a lot of things. So what would you have with these wines? They're Italian, and what could be more typical for Italian wine than pizza? How about a fungi? Mushrooms. Yeah, they would go with the red wine. You've got a little bit of earthiness. They would go very well there. If someone's saying, no, I just want to have white wine tonight, yeah, I think it can still go there. How about a pepperoni? Pepperoni, again, can go with the red wine. If your pepperoni is spicy, you can take on a slightly sweeter rosé wine. Let's have a veggie pizza. And this one I've got with lots of peppers, sweet peppers. And again, the sweet peppers can go with the rosé, can go with the white. And what else? Oh, we're going to have some prosciutto, mozzarella base, and then do not cook your prosciutto. You can cook the pepperoni, no problem, but please just layer your prosciutto on top so you can savor this. Because it's a little bit salty, it'd be lovely with the white. It can also go with the red. Ah, I haven't put anything with the Prosecco. Prosecco goes with anything. So you can go with all that, but my own personal favorite is tiramisu. I think tiramisu and Prosecco are a match made in heaven, and I won't be sharing this with anyone. This is all mine. So I thought we'd have some fun this evening, and we're going to have a little competition. So on the post tonight, all you have to do, choose one of the wines and tell me your favorite pizza ingredient and why you would choose it. Okay? We'd love to see your posts. On Sunday at about noon, we'll pick one and you'll get your own set of Emotivo wines at home. We'll be running our special bundle offer up until next Tuesday. So if you still have a chance to get them at a great price. So look forward to seeing your entries and see what you'd like to suggest. Next week, we'll be going in a different direction. It's time for Que Sera Shiraz. We're going to explore Syrah and Shiraz. So, bon appetit.